Hello to all you beautiful people of the internet. Well, I am your host, Haydon, and welcome to the second episode of the Talkers podcast. You may be wondering why I'm lacking one human. He is doing some family business, so I decided to let him go. I was going to say I'm not his boss, but technically I am his boss, but he is in no contract whatsoever. So, as I said, this episode will be longer, but because I am lacking a human, I am not going to do any segments. I hope you've got your snacks, because I certainly got mine. I can't wait to get into this chicken. Oh, they didn't do a good job packing the chicken. KFC. So, looking through the comments of the last episode, thank you very much for those who tuned in. One I saw was, can you talk about Jeffree Star? Now, what the person didn't tell me was which part of Jeffree Star, so I just went in all out. So, what I know about Jeffree Star, from what I remember from the video that I've watched, he is a drag queen, as I think. I think that's right. Do correct me if I'm wrong. He owns a $1 million cosmetic brand, which I think, hey, good on you. There was a little bit of a talk about there's a woman in his pictures. That is mother. Then it turned out to have lied. I'm like, why would you lie about that? I don't get it. He's also a YouTuber with 16 million. And he sings as well. I haven't heard any of the songs because I had a limited time to process all this. If you want to hear more about Jeffree Star, we'll do a part 2 in it, and I'll have my colleague to come in next week, hopefully. Another thing we're going to talk about is, as I said, it can be anything. I looked online about the Harry Potter series. Look, you probably know where I'm going with this, but so far, I've been hesitant around it. John Lithgow being cast as Dumbledore, I'm not quite sure how it's going to work, but I do like John Lithgow as an actor, so I'm pretty sure he's going to do well. I've come around to accept it. Janet Tier being cast as McGonagall, that is perfect. I love that casting. She definitely looks like McGonagall. Now we get into the parts where they're casting of Snape. It's not official. I'm trying to see if I can pronounce his name correctly. Papa Esidu, I think that's how you pronounce it, is in talks to be Snape in the Harry Potter series. And that's a big problem. And I think, I know some of you are going to be like, he's racist. He doesn't like black people. I'm pretty sure the actor is good. I'm sure he's done lots of other things. What they said was they're going to be copying the exact things from the book because the films couldn't do much. In the books, and I've read them, Snape is described as pale, white as marble, and white as sour milk. Why would you cast a black man in there unless you are woke? That has ruined one man's great legacy. I know he's on Hans Gruber in Die Hard, but Snape was really the one that really blew him up. But you've just ruined it, because now you know what they're going to do. They're going to be, he was picked on by James Potter because he was racist. James Potter, Harry Potter's son, was never a racist. But in this one, you're going to be like, yeah, we're going to change it. That's not the books. That's never the books. It's not even been long enough for the man. He's been dead for I don't know, when did he die? Someone let me know when he died. I can't remember. I think it was 2016. But You do something like that, you're going to ruin the film. You're going to ruin the film. No one's going to watch the series because they know what it's going to contain. So please, when you're casting your characters, clear your head of any woke political messaging because nobody's going to answer. Sorry, my moustache is bugging me. No one's going to listen to your political messaging. They know what's right. They know what's wrong. They don't need you to infect their brain. Same thing with the Snow White remake. It's going to come out in a couple of weeks. No one's going to see that, Disney. And you know that. You can't fix it. You've already destroyed it. Let's talk about that Snow White remake then, huh? Because with one of my other channels, I know I said that I wasn't going to cover Disney. That's on that channel. I didn't say it on this channel. So let's talk about that Snow White remake. Let me think. What did she say? You know, the evil witch. Not Gal Gadot, Rachel Zegler. Let's think. She's not going to be able to find about true love. She's going to be turning out to be the leader she knows she can be. The leader parts I'm fine with, but that's all they're going to focus on. What made Snow White? The love story. She's being chased around by a guy who literally stalks her. No, he never stalks her, because they both meet and they're madly in love. Yes, there's some controversy about her age, but that was back in the day. And all the eventual scenes could get cut, then what would be the point of a prince? Weird. Disney is weird. I mean, not as weird as they already were, but like, more weird than before. Alright, nearly choked on my chicken. And they were making it worse. They shut Rachel up. They told her, try and fix it. She said there was just passion. The backlash was passion. But the line that I know she's not sorry is, we won't always agree on things. We know she's not sorry. The bitch is never sorry. She is the most insufferable human being I've ever met in my life so far. Well, I haven't exactly met her, but I know who she is. Yeah, that's me Pepsi. Anyways, back to it. Gal Gadot, well, yeah, her acting's a little bit meh, but she's a beautiful woman. She should have been Snow White. Rachel Zegler should have been the witch, because there's nothing to be jealous about with Gal Gadot and Rachel Zegler. And at the Oscars, they did not look at each other. They didn't speak to each other. They wouldn't dare to touch each other. They just walked on, said their piece on the card, and fucked off. Boy, was there tension. Oh, boy. So, in the end, and the videos on YouTube, Mentally Mitch, chat music, spot on. I loved that. It's hilarious. Disney, you're probably not going to watch this, but if you are, you're going to need to own up to your mistakes either way, because you've already messed up your franchises, you've messed up everyone's beloved childhood memories, you've messed up everything. So you can either try and fix this or find a new boss, because that Iger guy is an idiot. Honestly, you can't just create something and expect people to like you because you said, oh, you must think this way, think that way. No one's going to think that way if you're shoving it in their face. No one's going to listen to you. That is not the Disney we know. Disney wasn't about woke stuff, no agendas, no political correctness or anything. And who cares if you're offended? If you get offended, deal with it. You're an adult. If you get offended as a child, tell your parents. You can't go around making everyone happy. If you made everyone happy, then we can't be perfect human beings, can we? But if you just go on saying, he offended me, he should go to jail. No. Talk to them, tell them, you said that hurt me. And if they continue to be like a nonce, just leave them alone. Go away. Or if they say, okay, I'm sorry that hurt you, then move on. Being offended is just a personal feeling. It's not a rule that should be written on every single letter. If you are offended, deal with it. If you're a child, talk to your parents. If they don't say sorry, walk away. And to Hollywood as well, stop screwing up your films. Make them a good story. Good storytelling, not, this is what you should think. No. Make a good story. Tell them, hey, we want you to give you this theme. Take this into consideration. Take it how you want to go. Not, okay, we got this theme, you need to think like this. Because then no one's going to turn up, your movie's going to flop, and you're going to ruin your reputation. I am calm. That was a lot. Last of Us Part 3 got cancelled. Amazing, isn't it? I'm not too upset about that. I wish that number 2 was a conclusion, but they left it open-ended. Nothing much I can say about that. I can't wait for season 2 of the Last of Us series. The first season made me cry in every episode. Well, almost every episode. Number 4. Yeah. But man, that was a great series. Man, I wish I had my partner here. Jeez, this is going to take forever to think of something to talk about. These aren't scripted. This is literally just on the spot thinking. The Spider-Man 4, that's going through some rough patches. Mr. Holland, I love you. Yeah, I fancy Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire. I didn't fancy Tobey at first, but I got around to it. Basically, yes, I would like to have a little thing with Spider-Man, okay? I know he's not real or anything, but Tom Holland is real, so. New Daredevil series come out. I've not seen it because I'm not going back to Disney Plus. I can go fuck itself. Tell me what you think of Daredevil Born Again. Is it good? Does it live up to the hype? Or does it need to be, or should they just leave it alone? Let me know. So many legends have died. Gene Hackman. Man, that really broke me down a lot. I was considering not doing this episode when he passed away. Who'd have thought? Now, this is a message to Donald Trump. I finally figured out what tariffs meant. And you're not a president, okay? I know, like you want to say, why would you say that, okay? He's not a president. He's a businessman who only cares about a few things. Money, power. Has that, he's the happiest man in the world. Take that away from him, what do you have? You know, he may care about the woke stuff. Get rid of that. I'm happy for that. But other things you're handling, it's not going to go well. You need to rethink what you're doing, because that is not the way to go. People are not going to support you if you're going to act like that. I know I'm not a big man on politics, but I know the difference between doing something good and doing something extremely stupid. Don't elect a businessman. Elect someone who will care for the whole world. It is already March, and I cannot believe that we just whizzed past January and February. That's quick, so quick. Um, I'm gonna get. I'm going to give a shout out to 4 YouTube channels that I've been loving very much. Some you may know, some you may not know. So one, I'm going to give a shout out to, you know who this is, Markiplier. You know who Markiplier is. Very funny guy. I love him to death. Not that kind of way, but you know, big fan. But the videos haven't been coming out as much. I don't know if there's a problem going on, or if there's like, you know, something wrong with computers, you know. But I wish there were more videos. Second one I'm going to give a shout out to is Rebecca ASMR. I love, if you're watching this, Rebecca, I love your ASMR. It's very tingly, gets my brain tickled, and even tickles my spine a little bit. I also love the hand movements close to the camera and the lightings. It's my favourite. I just wish there were a little bit more. No complaints. We'll talk about I just complained. Third YouTube channel I want to give a shout out to. I'll try and see if I can get the name right. Alexni R. He does animations. They're shorts, but they are incredible. They're amazing. Definitely got to be movie quality or even a game quality. They're amazing. I love them. I'd love to know how he does all these videos. He should really do a movie. And I know that's a lot to do, but like, do like a big movie. And the number one channel I want to give a shout out to is Chuff Reacts. I'm pretty sure you know him, but if you don't know him, he reacts to some very hilarious stuff. He's a very funny guy. He definitely has dad mode in him, and I love that about him. He's a very funny man. Watch Chuff. Anything else I want to cover in this episode? Well, I really thought this would be longer. I think that's gonna have to be it. I'm sorry there was not more I could talk about. As you know, I am lacking one person, but hopefully next week we can get more into it. If you want to do part 2, let us know in the comments. And we will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.